My name is Joseph Gill, and this is my reflection on my creative presentation class. In creative presentation, I learned how to structure a presentation so that wasn't boring to the audience by making good use of my color scheme and adding images that aren't going to clutter anything, but keep people still interested in my ideas. It's going to make them more open to hear my ideas, which, as a game developer, you're going to want people to be interested in the ideas you have so that you can make the game that you want to make. These skills have allowed me to take the story of my favorite game, Fable, which was, in all honesty, quite old as it came out on the original Xbox, and I was able to tell it in a way that not only kept the story of the game intact, but not too long. I was able to express my love for it and how the game really shaped who I am today. Not only can I convey an interesting story, I can professionally sell myself and my ideas, so that later on in my life, when I'm pitching myself to a company or I'm pitching my games to investors, I can show what I'm working on and I can show that they need to be able to trust me because I know what I'm doing. The courses had such a huge impact on me by giving me the tools that I needed to trust my own judgment and to trust myself. It taught me to watch other people's presentations in a way that I can really get a read on them, to find out whether or not they're really confident in what they're saying and confident in themselves. You can tell by the way people hold themselves and whether or not they're hiding behind a podium and rushing through it, or if they're walking around owning the stage that they're on. People who own the stage own themselves, and I want people who are confident in themselves. And on top of that, my end goal is to be able to get up on stage at E3 and present a game of my own creation. And if I'm going to be on stage at E3, I'm going to need a pretty awesome presentation. So this course was definitely a huge help. But of course, this class was only a beginning. I need to keep working my presentations so that when I get up on stage at E3 that one day, I'm going to be able to blow anyone away who is watching and really show what I'm working on and what they need to be getting exciting about with my games coming out. During the final project, we got to choose a group to pitch ourselves to. So I decided to do Bungie Studios, which is a company I never really saw myself working for. I'd always thought I'd try to go for Ubisoft or Gearbox, but I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do some research into Bungie. And in that research, I found out that Bungie sounds like an amazing place to work. And honestly, I'm really excited to make sure that every single choice I make is to get me there. Because I think once I get there at Bungie, I'm going to be able to, again, find the people I need to pitch myself to, make the connections, and eventually be able to move on to my own using the stuff I learned from this class to continue me further into my own life. After everything's said and done, I feel like I've been able to meet the outcomes needed in this course. I'm able to use my strategies to effectively communicate any of my ideas I need to, and in doing so, I can use it as a storytelling base instead of just spitting information at people. I can use pictures and images and videos in ways that are cohesive with my design and also not overpowering to the presentation as a whole. I'm able to use my oral skills to clearly convey my thoughts, at least most of the time, in a way that I'm going to be able to pitch myself and keep my audience with me, not have them backtracking like, what did he just say? I'm not really sure what he meant by that. And then in their confusion, losing them later on in something important for the presentation. I'm able to use drafts to make sure that I need anything fixed, I can have other people comment on it, tell me how they think it could be better so that I'm not turning in a final draft for the very first time. I'm able to have that feedback to make a better presentation so that everyone's going to enjoy it more. And overall, I know what I'm doing now. I have the ability to sit here, make a video, and to be confident in it. Be confident that what I'm saying is true and not almost hiding behind my laptop screen. Creative presentation has done its job in making me a more confident presenter that actually knows what I'm doing now to get my ideas across correctly.